morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our top story today, Dubai tourism jumps to pre-pandemic levels.
And UAE residents can now get a visa in only 2 weeks.
A shout out to the amazing city that we call home. Dubai has settled the debt of a startup businessman so he can now return back to his home country.
And Apple and Louis Vuitton bags were left unattended in the Dubai Mall, and we'll tell you what happened there.
And if you have kids, get excited. The wondrous Kids Fest returns to Global Village. We have all of the information on that.
And then later we will be in talks with Namrata Sharma on all things cricket, anchoring, news presenting, and all of that. But first, Casey. Good morning. Happy Monday morning to you.
I thought we were going to start the week on this amazing note. I thought Simran had leveled up our Monday mornings, and I'll tell you why. I walked into the office. And did you get the smell I got?
I got the smell you got. There was just this heavy scent of cheese manakish outside the office at 8:30 in the morning. Not 8:30, 7:30 in the morning. Where? I don't know where that smell
I thought you brought it. And I was like, she's brought an A game on a Monday morning. Like, there's nothing.
Really? And if you thought on a Monday morning I would get cheese manakish in the office.
And then I remembered it was Simran. But can I tell you, I didn't grow up with cheese manakish. When I moved to Abu Dhabi, they had the pink shops, so like these little like a street, and they had like everything you needed in one street. And there was one, it was like a bakery. We called it cheese bread. Cheese bread, obviously. And it was so salty and flat and just the most fresh bread. It was 5 dirham. They would deliver it to you. It was daylight robbery at that point.
5 dirhams in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, and they would deliver it to you. We live like 2 minutes away.
We're really living in like the recession or like the inflation periods, because now it's like 15 dirhams, 18 in some places, but there's nothing better than a cheese manakish.
Tell me more.
Right? Like when you just pull one piece and the cheese comes like you know, just like pulls a kawi cheese, like the smell and the taste and just the texture. It's like the perfect comfort food. It's light but filling. It's not a pizza, but better than a pizza.
I've never been more invested in what you're saying. It smells so good in the office. And you know when you walk past, you get these like building smells. I love when I smell food.
Oh my god, yeah, really? You love it?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Doesn't it just like get you drooling?
Yeah.
And craving that food that you're walking past?
In other news this morning, Simran did not bring cheese manakish for the whole team.
No, I did not. And you know what? It really sucks getting that scent in the morning and just knowing you have no access to cheese manakish whatsoever until your lunch break when you can actually order cheese manakish.
And if you have a dairy intolerance, it's a whole other level of disappointment, let me tell you.
Oh, no. There are places with vegan cheese manakishes.
No, there's not. Where?
Okay, fine. There are places with vegan garlic bread.
Simran just put out the fact that there's vegan cheese manakish, and I am sold, but it's not, is it? Did you just?
It's vegan
cheese manakish, is that a thing? Where are my vegans?
Vegan garlic bread is a thing at Pizza Express.
Shouldn't just throw out those things. You cannot throw out. There's a whole audience
similar vibe
of dairy intolerant people who think about manakish all the time. You think about it going to sleep. You think about wake up in the morning. We can't have it that much. We shouldn't.
But you know there is so much cheese in Carrefour, like vegan cheese, and you can just make it at home like that.
It's never the same when you make it at home.
That's
let's jump into our top story today. Massive news. We are hitting pre-pandemic tourism levels. So on Sunday, Dubai announced another achievement that adds to its profile as a global frontrunner in economic and tourism growth. We reached 14.36 million international overnight visitors in 2022. That is jumping from 97, that's growing 97% from 2021, which is just incredible. So in 2022, 14 million. In 2021, 7.2 million tourism arrivals. And not just that, we also registered one of the world's highest hotel occupancy rates.
Now, he said these results reflect His Highness Sheikh Mohammed's vision to make Dubai the world's best city to live in, as well as work and visit, and exceptional performance places. The exceptional performance that the UAE and Dubai has really shown places it in a strong position to achieve more success as part of Dubai's economic agenda D33. So that is so exciting and such a level up for the UAE, and how like we always just see it go from, you know, strength to strength, and you never see news like, oh, Dubai has gone down in numbers. Like that's just not like international headlines nor local headlines.
But it's also something, these particular numbers shouldn't be surprising to us. I don't know about you, but everywhere I go, at the weekend is always packed. I was down at
Yeah.
Dubai Creek yesterday, and to get into the car park, you know where that stunning viewpoint is? It's
Yeah.
just packed with people. When you go to Kite Beach at the weekend, Marina, Blue Waters, everywhere is packed. Hotel occupancy are at their highest. We're one of the highest in the world for the last year, which is amazing. Not just that, but you know, hard to get a restaurant booking. Hard to get a Kareem at 6 p.m. But that's because the city is so amazing, but it's also amazing for the economy, and it shows the massive economic growth. We can feel it on the streets, and now it's reflected in the numbers. So no surprises, but it's great to see it reflected.
That is so true. So true. All such valid points. Yesterday, I met someone who's like, she goes studies in AUS and she stays in Dubai. And I'm like, oh my God, the traffic. And she's like, actually, there's never any traffic when the times she used to go. But now recently, there's just traffic all the time, everywhere. And that's because the city is growing, the population's growing, expat numbers are increasing, tourism is also growing. And it's just like, you see that, you know, during peak hours, you see that with taxi bookings, like you said. And if you take the metro, you see that there are no cabins ever. Like, there's no space in the cabins anymore because, like, it's always full. It's always rush hour in Dubai now.
And with that, we see the metro extending with plans, and we see different plans to roll out new roads because of the influx of people. Now, not that you would want to leave the UAE, but shall you choose to try and get to the UK, we have good news for you.
So UAE residents can now get a visa in only 2 weeks. Now, Dubai UAE peeps, you guys know the drill. Early bird gets the worm, and usually apply well in advance if you're planning to travel to Europe or the USA. But if you are planning a British holiday, then just know that you are in luck, because according to Arabian Business, the visa waiting time for travel waiting time for the UK has been slashed to 15 days. So earlier, due to increased demand, the processing time was well over 7 weeks.
So before the travel hype created by the pandemic, the 15 days waiting period was standard. However, obviously that's increased. And if you know anyone who was trying to get a visa, it was painful. And many residents are now relieved to hear that the waiting period is now back to normal. So go ahead, if you can get a UK visa, it's going to be in a much shorter time, which is amazing.
Woo! I'm so happy about that!
Are you planning?
Oh my God, for the longest.
Tell me more.
But I never did it because I heard about the waiting period and like the process and applying, then going, then biometrics and going, taking appointments. It's just like too much work.
Biometrics?
Yeah, biometrics, no?
Your thumb is...
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know anything to do with getting a visa somewhere else because you have visas everywhere.
I'm very blessed to have visas to most places.
Yes. Hence, you don't know biometrics, okay?
I know what a biometric is. I just didn't know it was required.
However, it is required for us for literally visas to the US, to the UK or Schengen. Like, you just need to give your biometrics.
Told you, I went to Pakistan and the visa process for me was not easy. I had to hand my passport in to the Irish embassy. No, the Pakistani embassy in Dublin. I had to get permission letters. Not an easy process.
Wow, your life is so difficult. Now imagine that.
I don't know.
For every single country.
I get it. I don't know. I agreed with you. I'm very blessed to have my passport. I don't know why you're upset with me.
No, I'm not. Just like
I get it. It's a painful process.
Yeah.
And the time has been reduced.
And it's just the best thing ever to know that. Because, I mean, it's the UK. You want to visit the UK.
So are you going to plan a travel?
Yeah, I really want to. Should I?
No. Stay here with me. Let's jump into our next story. This is one that we love. Dubai has settled the startup businessman debt so he can return home. So there's nothing quite like the justice system in the UAE, and this story shows the uniqueness and mercy of the country. The Dubai police came to the rescue of a 31-year-old inmate who had lost his job and incurred debts after he tried to start up a business. After his divorce, he was the only breadwinner for his family, having to take care of his mother, younger siblings, and 5-year-old daughter.
So, in his time of need, the Dubai Police Humanitarian Care Department settled a sum of his debts so that he could return to his family, and he was among 98 other inmates who benefited from the 7 million dirham in financial aid given to Dubai's punitive and correctional establishments last year.
Which is amazing to see. They said our annual programs, aids and initiatives reflect Dubai Police's vision of prisons as a place for reformation rather than punishment. And that was via Brigadier Marwan Abdul Karim Jafar, Director of the General Department of Punitive and Correctional Establishments at Dubai Police. So in this case, we don't know the sum, but a man had started up a business. And you know, He'd started up a business in Dubai, and we all come here with that dream.
Yeah.
He lost money, and he also had people that were dependent on him, and he ended up going to prison because, as you know, being in debt here is against the law. He ended up in prison, and what they did was they paid his debts and then allowed him return to his home country. I met someone post-COVID who said that when the pandemic hit, he was in a similar position to this man, and he thought, I have overheads, I have employees, I have an office, and it was all shut down due to COVID. He was fortunately able to get back up on his feet, but that is a very real fear for people. Businesses don't always go your way. So it's amazing that there is a small bit of leeway here, that there was 7 million put back into the reformation of, I guess, this inmate, so he didn't have to spend his time in prison. He was able to get home.
That's so true.
Case by case basis, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, reading the story just gave me goosebumps, and just to know that the city and the country, like, there is so much scope for generosity if you're in the right. And this man, like, you know, it's like you said, it's such a common story you get to hear, like startups going wrong, businesses not working out in your favor, and then going into debt and like owing people so much money. Like, it's really like a very common story, not just in Dubai, but like around the world. And it's so sad. And knowing that the city is on your side, like it is there to help you if, like, you know, ask and thou shalt receive. So it's like, if ever, you know, you do like have that trust in the authorities, like you do go and you can speak and you can ask for help. And then, of course, like, you know, like Casey said, case by case basis for a lot of stuff.
100%. Although obviously, still don't aim to get into that situation. Something else, moving on to another story that's directly related to the police in Dubai and safety, I guess.
So now Apple and LV bags were left unattended in a mall in Dubai. So there is no bigger brand than safety in Dubai, and the video playing beside us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok is proof. So a shopping bag with goods containing Apple products and Louis Vuitton bag were both found unattended in Mall of the Emirates in Dubai, and well, like you can see in the video, nothing happened and nothing got stolen, nothing got grabbed, people not even looking at it, they were just walking past it, like, you know, nothing unusual, and the bag stayed right there. And that's on building, and then that's literally just, you know, showing what an honest community we have here in the city.
There's two sides to this, right? Because it's amazing, and we're constantly sharing these stories.
Yeah.
And people generally will leave their wallet to save a table.
Yeah.
And then we have stories over the weekend. People said, I left my bag here. Can you guys share the story? Because I feel like I'll get it back, which is amazing. On the other hand.
Yes.
On the other hand, who is leaving their Apple new purchase at the mall?
Yes.
Are you silly?
Why? I mean, like, what? I get it, like social experiment, but like, don't get too free with these things.
No.
Like, just don't. Like, reserving a table with your wallet, that takes guts, you know, like, because it's not like 100% chance that nothing will happen. There's still at 1% or 2%, 3%. It can just, anyone can just swipe it.
I think we're very fortunate to live in this city.
Yes.
And it's okay. We live in this little bubble where it's okay to sometimes leave your handbag and you might go and come back. And it's great that we don't have to be looking over our shoulder every single second. It's amazing. However, if you become too blasé, more shame on you. We live in a city with millions of people coming through the door every single day. Someone could be in a desperate moment. You don't know what's going to happen around the corner. So still have your wits about you. I would not be putting down my wallet to save a table. Put down an empty bag. Save your table that way.
Exactly.
And especially an Apple purchase. I'm thinking like that's probably one of the biggest purchases I'll ever make in my whole life.
Yeah, I mean,
you leave it in the mall? It's too much.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, people just have like a lot of money to spend these days, and it's not just that. It's just like people take it for granted, right? Like, you know, the city is safe and everything, so you take it for granted. When something goes wrong, it's like, oh my God, like, you know, it's not as safe as people say. But like, you have to be careful and vigilant with your things, like regardless of how safe the city is, or you know, just how many. Because we know that the city is covered with CCTV cameras. If you complain, there's a very high chance that you will get your whatever you know, lost back. There is, of course, a very high chance about that. But still, like, why put yourself in the situation when you need to go through the hassle of like complaining and heading out police stations, and like, why?
Tell them, sis.
And then especially with the stories of like big words of cash in taxis.
Who has this cash?
Right?
And shout out to the incredible people who always hand it in. We always share the stories because Dubai police will honor them. But it becomes a certain point of who's leaving this cash? It happens all the time.
Exactly. All the time.
Anyway, this story of safety in Dubai, we will never get bored of it because it's one of the most amazing things about this city, that we can walk down the streets at night as a female alone safely. It's amazing. So we won't get bored of it. But at the same time, don't be silly. Have your wits about you.
Exactly.
And, have your Apple location on. I don't know. Let's jump into our next story. This is amazing for parents. The Wonders Kids Fest returns to Global Village. Get ready for an incredible spring break adventure. The 8th edition of the Wonders Kids Fest is back at Global Village, and it's going to be epic because it's running from February 10th to the 26th. You can get in from the fun every single day from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Enjoy a range of free, fun-filled outdoor activities as long as you pay your entrance, life-size board games, plus live shows and amazing prizes.
So join the Wonders, Walif, Zoya, Oscar and Aya for 17 days of non-stop excitement and take part in games you've never seen before, from the world's biggest snakes and ladders, life-size pirate battleship, giant 4 in a row, and supersize Stack 'em. It is the most exciting thing down at Global Village.
100%. And literally, we all love Global Village every single day, but this is just going to be great for the kids. It's a spring break fest. Don't miss the live shows featuring beloved characters like Care Bears, Ben and Holly are going to be there, PJ Masks, Kota Beam, and many more. All activities. This is going on at the Wonders Kids Fest. They're included in the Global Village entry ticket price. You look so happy. See what we did there? And now that's what we call a spring break deal. We make Simran happy with all these characters who are going to be down at Global Village.
Oh my God! You guys, these are all your favorite characters, especially for kids. Yeah, it is honestly the best thing ever.
And any more information, it's on Lovin Dubai. But also just head directly to the Global Village website. You can get information about how to get there the best way. And also just either their website or their Instagram. You know what? It's 8:47 and we have not done Arabic word of the day in so long. And when I was away, I was so excited to tell people I have a couple of words of Arabic, and they were like, "What words?" And I was like, so we need to do a little bit of a recap.
Did you not have any word to say, like your favorite Sayara?
My Sayara is
Mumtaz.
Mumtaz, because I didn't have enough flus to buy a nice one.
So I think we can play this till 9 a.m. Can we not play this? Should we recap on everything till 9 a.m.? Is that yes, no?
Okay, let's go for it. So, if you're new to the show, Simran and I...
Wow, she's been gone for too long.
Simran and I have been working to up our Arabic vocab. I think it's an amazing way to show respect to the people in the city when you meet them, to be able to use Arabic in a little way. So we're doing like turns of phrases. And I just want to do a recap of some of my favorites. I'm just going to do a recap of one. Arabic word of the day. What was your favorite from Pri?
So my favorite word, just like yours, was Sayara. But I'm trying to look through the words now. Like there's Mumtaz, there's what else? We have Mumtaz, we have Sayara, we have Kaif Hal, we have Kabir, we have... That's all I remember, honestly.
You know what also we use is the Al Ramsa Institute, and they're on Instagram, and there's an amazing lady and she does turns of phrases every day that will really help you through. Which is great. So, you know what I want to do?
Yeah.
I want to go back, revisit, come back in the morning, and really just impress people. I think. Yeah.
Okay. You guys. We are literally having Monday morning brains right now. Not on the same page, but let's start learning Arabic. Yeah.
From tomorrow. Let's start learning Arabic from tomorrow.
Yes, now we're on the same page.
From tomorrow, we're on the same page. We got there in the end. So, you know what's fun about this show? It's live, anything can happen, and we are very excited to start the week on a Monday morning. I'm back for a full week. Last week I had 4 days, but we'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. The show also goes live in podcast format, so if you're joining late and you're wondering, what on earth are they even talking about? You can watch the beginning of the show where we actually covered some insightful news, and that'll be live later in the day.
But then it's very standard that we end it this way, just get awkward with each other. It's like, it's not a Lovin Dubai show.
What's awkward?
If it doesn't end this way.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.